The biggest, meanest pair just hit Agora. Well, actually, they're pretty small. Meet Iggy and Scorch, Paragon's newest heroes. Actually, looking at them, I'm not sure we could call them heroes, but whatever. For a full explanation of their abilities and some sweet ideas on how to use them, check out the new heroes video dedicated to this pair. Otherwise, super quickly, his first ability is a turret that dishes out flames. Place up to 3 and have yourself a fiery death trap. Second, oil trap. Shoot out oil and blast it with fire to set it ablaze, doing nice burst damage. Third, oil trail. Speed up Scorch and leave a line of oil. Set it on fire for some tasty damage. And finally, it's this bad boy's ultimate. Iggy feeds Scorch a quick Molotov and Scorch begins spewing out flames wherever you want. A huge damage over time, and then at the end, a quick belch from Scorch sends your enemy flying. Now we've gone over his abilities, let's actually just enjoy his intro animation. It's one of the nicest in the game right now. Anyway, let's actually hop in the game, shall we? Now, just like Sephiroth, I know people are going to be asking, what do you build on him? And I do have some advice for you, but I don't have the perfect advice. I don't have the perfect build right now. He came out extremely recently, guys, and it's not been long enough for me to fully test and really give you my factual opinion on what is the best way to build him with your cards. So what I can tell you is Mana Potion is your best friend. You really need it throughout most of the game. Like, you're gonna need the mana regen. He is a corruption and also fury character, meaning he doesn't get mana regen abilities and doesn't get mana regen cards, and that's a big struggle for him. That's a big problem for him. So you need your mana potion. I like to start with a standard setup. You know, you get the ward, you get the health and mana potion, and it's just a good way to go. Generally though, you want to be building energy damage and you want to build a little bit of cooldown reduction. You can't go wrong by stacking as much energy damage as you can physically cram into your deck. So that is my advice to you. I wish you the best of luck with building a deck, and hopefully I'll bring out some specifics soon. Now, based on the start of this game, it does actually look like we're facing a good 5-stack because they were invading as a group, but this Muriel just randomly is AFK. I don't know what happened. It really sucks for her or whoever's playing that character because maybe they had to go AFK. I don't think they DC'd. I don't remember seeing a warning, but there is a Rampage just watching us there. You see that shit from the archway. But it was a little bit creepy, but, you know, at least we got the kill. If we were going to do it any different, we would have just gone straight to mid lane or right lane if Muriel ended up there and ganked them, and it probably would have been a very similar result. But there's a big fight going on in the left right here, and it's quite hard for Iggy at the level 1, you know. You have the turret, which is really good, which I placed on the wall there. You see that? Nice positioning. But you have to position it very cleverly. It costs a lot of mana to place a turret, and at level 1 you can only place one turret. So be careful where you do it. If they walk out of it, you're going to have to replace it really quick. And generally, my tip is always try and place the turret where you believe they're going to go. Anyway, we're moving into mid here, and this Grux actually gets caught out. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how he just didn't see us coming or be aware of the fact that we all left right on his minimap. You know, you got to have good awareness in this game, especially with how fast rotations can be. So you see here we're using one turret to clean an entire wave, and I wanted to show you how powerful this is, even at level 1. Now, at level 1 of your flame turret, you can only place one, and it'll just destroy the other one before when you try and place it. So now you see we actually have the ability to place 2 turrets because we just leveled it up. If I level it again, we can place the 3rd turret, and any more levels after that are just going to increase the power of the turret, which is obviously something you want, but generally I wanted to just let you know, because I made the mistake as well, don't keep replacing your turret. You need to know how many you can place. At level 1 you can only place 1, level 2 you can do 2, and level 3 you can do 3. And as you can see, we got in 2 here and clean up this wave. Really good strategy is just to spam these turrets and clean waves early game, even if there's enemies there. If you can just clean a wave really quick, even if it pushes the lane, you are going to be getting tons of experience because you're killing the minions really quick. And of course, you're going to be getting loads of card points, which is valuable. That is one sexy ass recall animation. I love it so much. Hello. Yeah, anyway, back to building. I've got micro nukes. He's a red character. He's a fury character, so obviously I'm fucking building him, mate. We fill him with some standard cast. We have this new like card linking system in game. It's a little bit weird. It needs refining, so don't worry about that too much. But generally there are some bugs with it, and you're gonna see those in this video. I'll explain them when they happen, but they're not that bad. Now we're done cleaning this wave and defending the tower. It's time to head over to mid. If you have a look at the minimap, you can see there's a lot of people over there. Something's going on. We made a kill, which is great, but we did lose someone as well. So hopefully, if I show up here at the right time, I can make the difference. It's just Grux. He's not that healthy, and then the enemy are on full health. I missed that hit, which is really unfortunate. It's strange how his Molotov works. It feels weird. It feels slow. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can throw a turret down here into the canopy, into the jungle, and slow them down. And if you have a quick listen here, this is the sound you hear when you know you're hitting someone. It's like that hit marker sound. It makes the exact same sound as when someone walks over your Murdoch trap, for reference. It's like I said, a hit marker. So you know when someone's getting hit by it. So it did hit someone. I don't know if it saved my teammate, but it was well worth trying. Anyway, no one died, so we're going to go over to right lane. I can see there's 3 people here. It's going to be a bit of a clusterfuck over here. Bit of a big fight, but I'm going to do my best. I'm very, very good at defending, at holding a push, at defending a lane, creating like a trap, basically, on this character. He's so good. In my opinion right now, he's way more viable as a character than Sephiroth is. He's way more impactful. He's able to push really well. He's able to defend lanes really well. And he's good in team fights if he gets the setup time. Where he's weak is when someone attacks him before he has an opportunity to defend himself and stunned and all that. You know, he needs like roughly 1 or 2 seconds to set up his turrets and then you're good to go. Anyway, speaking of good to go, we're going to start pressuring these guys. I'm going to blow down some turrets and try and position them so they have to walk in them. As you can see, they did take some okay damage, but it's a Muriel. She's shielding them up, keeping them alive, doing lots of healing. The turrets are actually cleaning the wave at the same time, though, which is a great thing. Whoa! Thank God he missed that fucking rock. That would have devastated me. We used the dash to move away, set him on fire a little bit. Feng Mao comes up, and we're still defending, still doing alright. But even though we're doing okay, I've lost so much mana. All of my mana is just gone. Look at that. I only placed a few turrets, and all of my mana's gone. And I'm just spamming my mana potions as much as possible to get it back. But I just wanted to warn you, it really goes quick. Looks like someone's being attacked here in the jungle. They're out of position. I think it's the enemy Iggy and Scorch coming round. Their flame turret catches me. I've done that to a lot of people. It's happened to me a lot. Watch this nice shot as he's going to get away. Oh, Molotov. Go on. Fly, baby, fly. Got him. We got him. So that's 1 kill right there. Pretty nice, like, long-range shot. Okay, so we got Twin Blast blasting away the Murdoch. I put my turret down. We're holding this corner. Twin Blast gets it. Then we snag that quick kill there. And then the Muriel's just getting fired by the 2 turrets. We placed those 2 turrets to attack someone else, and she walked right into them, and I grabbed that red buff. That was absolutely beautiful. That was a triple kill for me. 1 for Twin Blast. We lost 1 person. They lost 4. That is well worth it. And then I even used the turret to clean up the white camp. Fun fact, this character's really, really good at jungle. You know, it costs mana to do, right? To place the turrets, but it's reliable. I only need 1 turret to clean up a white camp this early in the game. I'm only going to need 1 later, and it's only going to be faster. His auto attack does some nice damage as well. It's really respectable, and I'm actually considering trying to do some sort of lifesteal build with him. Anyway, we've completed this micro nuke. It's time to start building a pendulum and start building some chrono in it to get some cooldown reduction. I like to have 1 energy field item, then 1 cooldown reduction field item, and then I start building tons of energy damage. So this Murdoch's kind of out of position. We're trying to position these turrets to catch him. Our Twin Blast starts ulting, so it's looking good, but then he gets a Muriel ult. I place a turret in the midst of that corridor and try and just save my mana and time. But this guy's coming right on me. This looks like a good time to speed up and run away and set fire to the trail. He actually swaps targets and goes off me, and I start covering this corridor here with a bit of traps, and we're getting ready to ult. It looks like a good time to AoE them down, and it's going. There's the ult. We see the nice target right here. We're going to knock her back into my wall of turrets there. You see that? Using them because I placed them in the corridor. Really good positioning of the turrets. Pretty good ult timing. And I think he's going to jump away, so we place another turret there that he has to walk through, like a wall or corridor of fire. And I see he's probably going to just jump away. So what we're going to do, we're going to go place some turrets where I reckon he's going to land ahead of him. He jumps with an enrage though, and does just run really far away. So that's unfortunate. But it was really good strategy there to try and say, I need to use these turrets as much as possible. I need to be mana efficient. We're going to try and use them as many times in the fight and position them where I think they're going to go. Then, when that guy tried to run away, I tried to place it where I reckon he would land. Not where he is. It's where they're going to be. That's the way you need to place these turrets. Speaking of which, here's a great spot. See that? That Murdoch had to come through a wall of fire, which also cleaned the wave at the same time. That's mana efficient. Back at base now, we're going to finish this pendulum off, finish it with a chrono. Now we have good energy damage, now we have good cooldown reduction, and we're able to push really hard, really well from this point onwards. And it's only going to get stronger. About positioning of turrets, you see that I've just set them up in a line there, and I've stacked them on top of each other. Now the best shape, as we discussed again on Murdoch's trap stuff, is a triangle. It's going to reach the biggest distance. It's going to hit the most people. What you have to remember is if you're spreading out your turrets so they cover the most ground, only one turret's going to be hitting them if they actually catch them. So like I'm doing here in this big triangle formation, it's not going to hit much damage because it's only going to be one. But anyway, this guy runs in and ults, and so I just say, okay, I'll ult, and he completely just gets cleaned up, and that's a blue buff for me. Amazing buff for this guy, obviously, being that it gives you cooldown reduction, being that it gives you mana regen. That's awesome. As you can see, I'm trying to set up a triangle formation as we're leaving here, and I don't realize that I just placed one to kill that Iggy, meaning the priority's messed up, and I just waste my time and spend an extra while there and get caught out. So because I think I'm in a bit of a scary situation, we throw down some turrets. And look how fast that Muriel just gets eaten alive by my turrets. We so nearly got her. Such a shame that we didn't, but it was very close. Now this is actually looking really close. Thankfully we get a pull from the Grux. I'm just kiting. Thank God I didn't fall down into the jungle there. That was close. Trying to help my Grux out a little bit. Getting cocky here. I'm trying to set up the turrets. But what I do is I spread them out too much. You see that? Only one turret's going to be hitting him instead of two at the same time. Meaning the damage isn't that big of a deal. And then he just turns and shoots me. Now, the lesson to learn from that is definitely to position the turrets on top of each other if you want to do the maximum damage. Right there, I wanted to burst him down. And to do that, I would need to place the turrets on top of each other as much as possible. But anyway, we've said that enough now, and I've just disconnected from this game. There have been some crashes going on with the new patch for me. It's not so bad. I got right back in the game, and we clean up this rampage really quick. A lot of mana was spent there to place those 3 turrets, and it wasn't necessary really, but I thought he might ult E and he didn't, so whatever. But then we see our Grux just clean up the Muriel, their Grux is out of position and alone, and it's looking pretty good. That was 2 kills for nothing from us, and it's a 3rd kill for nothing from us. And as you saw there, my 2 turrets that helped me get that kill and make the kill also cleaned up the minion wave at the same time, which gave us good XP and of course good card points. The beauty of this character is that when you're in the middle of a fight and you place turrets down to fight the person, it also cleans the enemy wave. Enemy minion waves actually do a lot of damage. If you don't respect them and if you're not aware of them in the middle of a fight, they're actually going to do a lot of damage. So this character is great because it cleans them up. Awkward positioning here. I got walled a little bit by our Feng, and I couldn't quite land the assist. So that's unfortunate, but whatever. We're going to keep pushing up here and setting up more traps. And suddenly, out of the corner of our eye here, we see them come and just push me, and it looks bad. But the sickest juke of a lifetime, and I'm out of it. Nope. Nope. That Grux came out of thin air, man. I don't know where it came from. That sucked, man, but at the end of the day, I'm 5-2 now. I'm doing well. We have a lot of assists. I can be sad about that death. That Grux came out of nowhere, but it's not that impactful, and it's fine. By the way, you may have noticed there, my shop's all fucked up. My disconnect really messed it up, and I just finished my Staff of Adamant and filled it with some standard cast. That's what we just did. So we have a Micro Nuke, a Pendulum, and a Staff of Adamant currently. And most of them are filled with energy damage or cooldown reduction. Anyway, we're pushing this tower here. I set up a trap there on the corridor behind us to give us a place to run to if things go wrong as a defensive measure. But I don't think it's going to come into play here because I want to get this kill, but the Muriel does land the ult. So it's time now to play it safe. We could clean this wave up with a turret, so we place some. We're going to sort of wall them off. This enemy, Iggy and Scorch, just runs in like a madman, throws down his E and misses it, then just blasts his ult. Actually does get a kill, so we just ult him straight back and get a quick return kill, revenge kill. But I see my Feng Mao is so low on health. I have no mana left. I'm blasting the mana potion as much as possible. I'm hitting her with auto attacks. I'm placing these flame turrets. There's no way I can slow her or stun her. She's just going to keep going. So all I can do really is keep her in combat and try and make it so Feng Mao is out of combat so he can sprint away. And actually, he manages to. Thank God. But I must admit, I got a little bit greedy here and I really wanted this kill. This stupid Muriel being mean to me, snaring me. She can't actually fight me here. You know, with help, she'll kill me. And maybe there's going to be help. And I realize, hang on, she's being so aggressive, I'm going to leave. And at least Twitch, you know, he said I saved him. So it was worth it. So yeah, look at this shop, man. Look at this shit. So I try and sell where my health potion was and place it with a whirling wand. Now, why I have whirling wand is not to fill it with kinetic. No. We fill it with more energy damage, but remember, his auto attack sets fire to his oil. So if you're able to attack quickly, then you're going to be able to set things on fire faster. And his auto attack damage is respectable. I would actually replace that item with a Madstone gem. It gives you a little bit of attack speed and you can fill it with energy damage. But I don't have a Madstone gem, so I replace it with the Whirling Wand. Not ideal, which is why I said that at the start of the video. You know, I don't have the ideal build right now. We're working on it. So fun fact, you can use your E to burst a wave down and then one hit click down all the ranged minions. I realized this at this point and it's mana efficient. So we use one turret, one E, clean the wave up with nice damage and only one turret. That way, you slowly kill the wave, you don't spend as much mana as you would normally, and you create a bigger push as the second wave catches up, because you killed that wave slowly. And it's just good, you know, it's mana efficient, it's a quick way to do it. Whoa, this Grux comes blasting through here. He runs right through my trap though. I go ahead and start my ult. We want to knock him away from us if possible. We have a huge wave there of range creep backing us up. This is actually looking okay, but the enemy rampage is coming. Oh no, we've had this situation before where I did a sick juke. Oh, nice juke, bro. I don't know why he threw that. Oh, God, that minion wave scared the shit out of me. Walled me there. He threw it at the wall. I was never going to run at the wall. I was trying to run zigzag to try and, like, make him, you know, juke out the shot. But he just threw it at the wall in panic, I guess. Maybe his hand twitched. Anyway, looks like there's a fight going on middle now that we just dealt with that and survived that. And we catch this Murdoch out of position and off guard, which is beautiful. He's very low, though, and gets away. If I had my ulti there, I would have just straight up pressed it. But the Grux does get him, thankfully, and they're pressuring me quite a lot. Time to use the dash, put some oil behind me, run away a little bit here. Don't know why they stopped chasing me, but they did, and I'm very grateful. Using the last reserves of my mana and my health, we go over to blue, and we go ahead and clean it up. And then we're going to recall and maybe buy some more stuff and deal with the weird buggy state that my shop is actually in. It is really lame, but, you know, with patches, with updates, these things happen and I understand. So we fill it with some more major cast here, completely filling it out, just like I said. Not really for the attack speed, but the tiny benefit you get from the attack speed is noticeable and is useful. Again, you use your auto attacks to set your pools on fire. If you can do that quicker, it might make the difference. And again, his auto attack's respectable. Look how good he is at pushing. I cleaned that wave up in like, I don't know, 5 seconds. We're already at this wave. We're going to wall them up here like this and then blow them away with one turret and one E. Look how quick that was. How mana efficient that was. I barely used any mana to do that and it's just completely gone. I think about how I'm quite far up here and it's dangerous, so we set up a triangle formation on the corridor, meaning if anyone pushes us, it's not going to be too great for them. It's going to be hard for them to walk through that. Only Grux can really blast through it. Everyone else has to walk through it and take the damage, so no one's coming behind me as we get this tower, which is great. So now I check, is it safe? Is it a good time? Yes, look at that. There's still a fight going on in middle. They're still distracted. I'm an amazing push hero. Let's use that and push. I have a nice big wave of range creep here, so they're going to do good damage to the tower. And let's actually just keep going. And they're still in middle. I'm still looking. They're still chasing, and they're distracted again. So let's push a fucking inhib. I use all of my mana to burst down that wave as fast as possible. It's about killing the wave as fast as possible here. If I die to get this inhib, it is worth it. It's fully worth it, because an inhib is worth way more than one death. Always die to get an inhib. Unless it costs you the game, you know. But that's up to you. That's your prerogative. Anyway, they're here to defend it. I am dead. But we got the inhib, and god damn it, we got him. We got them, boys. Now, I know you can't see it, but we've just sold our ward, which was in the 3rd slot, and we've got a barrier. We've seen that they're using energy damage to do most of their damage. We're going against an Iggy and Scorch and a Murdoch, so I start countering them with defensive measures. I have the damage now. I'm doing good on damage. It's time to build some defense, and I built energy damage defense because they're doing energy damage. Anyway, big fight going on in the middle here. I've walled them off with my turrets, and it did some good damage to the Muriel, and they're still there, and this Murdoch walks straight into them. You see that? He walked straight into them. Didn't even know they were there. I blast my ult and try and take out this guy suddenly, but it was just out of range. I probably should have used my speed up, then used the ult. I don't know if they work together, but it would have given me the movement speed I needed to make that kill. But whatever, we're going to throw some turrets down under the tower, and they're going to actually start shooting them under the tower while I'm out of range. Tower's not able to shoot me from here, but my turrets are able to shoot them, and they're really, really pressured. So they're staying low. Muriel can't shield them up through that. It's good, respectable damage under tower. This looks scary. I don't know what this guy's doing. He keeps throwing his rocks at walls instead of at me. I'm grateful, I guess, and we're going to go ahead and bounce on out of there because I'm very low. But My team are still under attack, and I don't leave yet because I know how powerful my turrets can be. We place 2 here defensively and use the high ground to shoot down at them. Enemy Iggy just runs straight through my turrets. He starts ulting me. It looks really close. Can we last... Yes, we last hit him. Thank God for that. That was painfully close. But thankfully, you know, because he ran through 2 of my turrets, just walked straight through them, the damage was respectable. It did a lot, and we're going back in. I have enough for 1 more turret. There it is. Placed it down, cleaning up that shield. It's gone. And Twin Blast lands the killing blow, and we did really well there. In a situation where we had very low mana, very low health, we managed to get 2 kills and did not die for any of it, which is beautiful. Back at base, we finish off this toon barrier. We have some nice energy damage reduction. We have the good energy damage ourselves. We have the cooldown reduction, and I start telling my team, go get the right inhib. I see they're pushing up, they're nearly at it, and I say, if you die to get that inhib, it's well worth it. And thankfully, they went straight in, and they did just that. They went and got that inhib. I believe a couple of them do die for it, like I said, but at the end of the day, we now have left inhib, we now have right inhib, and it is a price well worth paying to lose 1 or 2 people. I would happily lose 3 people to get an inhib. 4 is, you know, iffy, depends on the situation, but having 3 people die and getting an inhib, well worth it. So look at this, look at this. This fucking Crux is chasing my Twin Blast, and I just wall him off, and he's like, actually, maybe not. And we snare him from long range. Twin Blast comes back in, and we finish this bad boy off. I love that so much. He just saw my wall of turrets and just said, no, I'm going to stay over here. Oh, wow, look at this tower dive going on right here. I got to be careful. I don't want the tower on me. We're low on mana. We've put some turrets under the tower. They're doing good damage to the minion wave and, of course, the enemies. And I do actually snag that Murdoch kill. He somehow, again, didn't notice the turrets wrecking him and just stood under them. Early days right now of this character, and you're going to see people not respect the turrets as much. In my opinion, they're absolutely a priority target. If you see an enemy Iggy placing turrets, shoot them, hit them, kill them as fast as possible. It costs him a lot of mana to place them. They're all of his damage. As soon as you get rid of them, all he has is damage is a little bit of burst from his E, maybe his right click if he's pro, and his ult. You know, he's not always going to have that ult. Maybe he doesn't have the mana to do those things. As soon as you take out his turrets for good, you know, the guy has really little damage. So, a little bit of advice. If you're going against an Iggy, start killing his turrets. Look at that! Sudden blast there from the howitzer sends this enemy Grux right into my wall of turrets, my little defensive perimeter, and we end up winning. I don't know whether they surrendered or we actually killed it, but either way, the result doesn't change, and we won the game. And as you can see, there's the final score, 9-3 and 14 assists. That's a very respectable score. I think Iggy's a great hero, and I'm looking forward to bringing you more gameplay and more Paragon on the channel. Sorry there's been so little recently. I was waiting for this hero release, but here he is, and I feel good about it. I'm going to keep playing him, practicing, learning, and I'll show you new builds and information when I learn it. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.